Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing in the hardcore Breach League as a solo self-found summoner of caustic clouds. And today we're gonna run the Vaal pyramids. We get Burning Ground and 2 additional rogue exiles, which are gonna make things interesting. So, Vaal pyramid is a pretty fun map. It's a pretty open map with some buildings in it, but
a good slave is driven by only
oh no, wait. That's the Vaal city.
And sacrifice.
Yeah, so this is basically just a pyramid. And we get the old museum bosses as the boss here. Though they have been downtuned and they're actually reasonable now. Hello, Vicus. With your giant bone. Also, yeah, totem monster. Rather annoying if he runs away.
They flee from the eyes of Oria, coated in gold from head to toe.
So I had this prophecy that the first exile I killed was completely wearing rare items. Pretty good way of filling up your inventory with the first kill. Let's just unload, pick up the rest, and then we move on. So far so good. And in Vaal pyramid, it's not the Vaal city. They're both Vaal things, so it makes sense why I confused the two. They're both Vaali. Okay, got some minions up here, and you go beat up those guys. Well, we just continue to loot these chests. Oh, hey, hello. There have been a couple of patches recently. I didn't really have issues with the DirectX 11. It's not anymore. In the beginning there were some issues, but they got mostly fixed with the 2.5 patch, I think. Oh, let's not stand here. Oh, Antalina Bora, yep. Well, I hope that for the folks that still had issues, that they are resolved now. My biggest issue still is lag, or just unstable latency. Usually it started occurring after 8 o'clock, but tonight it already started when I logged in about 40 minutes ago. Not even 40 minutes ago, about 20 minutes ago. So I actually ended up switching out of lockstep back into predictive mode. So the old latency mode we had before lockstep. The servers are not stable. Lockstep just causes too many frame stutters and all kinds of unpleasant side effects. And it's pretty rather annoying to deal with. So, no, predictive mode, as long as the frame spikes are not too terrible and nothing too crazy happens, it's a very nice way of smoothing out your frame rate basically, because your rendering frame rate is no longer linked to your network latency. Yeah, I do hope that things get resolved in a foreseeable future. On the other hand, though, the news from GGG is though so that, and also from Reddit, things like that, no, Breach League has been the most popular league so far. There's a lot of people fleeing Diablo 3, and I also saw something that apparently people are also fleeing the Marvel Heroes, which is also an action RPG with a superhero slant to it. So if there's a lot of people coming in, then of course the servers are going to be overloaded. And well, welcome to everybody. And now everybody, the lag is not always as bad as it might appear sometimes. Hey, let's have a look. A highly increased rarity of cartographer's stuff. 3 rares, 11 quality. Ignites you when activated and costs a cloud. So there's no increase in quantity, but I'm not gonna spend chaos to reroll this. So we're just gonna see what we get from this. We will, of course, get some Muppets up and running. Let's get some nice chaos clouds going. And we trigger this. I just retreat to our corner, and then we're just gonna cleanse this like that. And there we are. So we got cavern, marshes. I was looking for marshes. We got a beach, sewer, marshes, arid lake. I like it. Ooh, and this is a fire ring, isn't it? It's fire. Fire is also interesting because of the cold to fire conversion. You can do some interesting builds with it. We found the stairs, but of course we haven't cleared the entire area yet. So let's wrap that up. Also, there's someone whopping about. Okay. And then we are full circle. This level has been cleared, or at least it has been cleared for as far as we can see. Next.
Still sane.
Hey, Zana! That's gonna be a map in a map. That always makes things interesting. But it's gonna be a double length episode because of the Zana map in a map thingamajig. So, Spark Mages. They are tricky. Yeah, might as well empty your pockets for notes. You know what? We're gonna clear this area and then we're gonna come back for Zana. And I hope I remember. Spectre is going up to 19. So we can empty our pockets and then go into the Zana mission with an empty inventory. So then it doesn't really matter how it rolls. If you know, if it's one of those missions that you only have a single portal, then we're perfectly fine with that, for example. It's always annoying if you know, or if it's a timed one. There, of course, it also matters. Maybe we shouldn't get ourselves surrounded by those enemies. No, tier 3, it's not strictly life-threateningly dangerous, but well, it's always useful to form good habits, and getting surrounded by enemies is not one of those good habits. It's efficient, it's not a good habit. Got some bloodlines. Oh, another her mask. Nice. I do like finding the sacrifice fragments. Once you have a couple spares, it's nice to just run map fragments for a while. Then you get those corrupted areas. So you can clear them in like a minute or two. And with a bit of luck you'll get another fragment that's not a rare one. Because the noon and midnight are the rarest, the other two are relatively common occurrences. So I tend to just keep rolling until I find the two rarer ones, and then I either switch to another one or it's the end of the run. And let's see, we have the staircase here. The other side, there was a room, but we cleared it, did we? Yeah, it's open. Okay, then there's a small room over there. Then we're gonna do the Zana thing after emptying our pockets. I didn't forget Zana. She's going to be so happy. Oh, let's not get surrounded here. And I'll see what the Zana mission is gonna offer us. As long as they're not hexproof, it's rather easy to keep just cursing them and push through even faster. And this area is now clear as well. So let's open up the portal outside of the room. But look at the amount of maps we've got. No, part of them came from the cartographer's chest, but I think there's also 2 or 3 that we found outside of it. So this is a very, very nice map run so far. Slide 20 of those. And then we go back in. We still have 2 portals after this, so we're doing pretty well.
I'm trying to enlist the help.
Complete another master's mission. So it's not timed, it's all good, and this is gonna be the Terrace.
Vibrant colors dash across the grey.
+1 level, tier 4. And we got vegan. Desecrated ground inhabited by the undead. And a larger pack size. The green underground in combination with desecrated ground is really tricky because it's hard to see, and of course kind of punch right through our energy shield. So I'll probably be sipping a lot from my life flasks for this run. So Terrace is usually just a... I think it was the one that was just a long... basically a long line with just a couple of side areas. Those areas, it's usually the trick to figure out what's forward, what's the edges, and then just backtrack a little bit. It's like here, for example. Now this was just a small pocket because the way forward is around the bend here. Also, pro tip, let's not stand in desecrated ground for too long. Maps like this, it's probably useful to just keep drinking your life flasks. Because you're killing plenty of monsters and therefore you're regenerating your flasks plenty often as well. And then just weave a little bit back and forth, because this looks to be a twisty one. We're standing in the middle of something that's not our chaos damage. Yeah, desecrated ground is a nuisance for this build. It's not deadly, but it's just, we don't have any natural form of regeneration on our life, we don't have leech. And it's just, with all the chaos damage that we do ourselves, really hard to see whether this desecrated ground or just cost clouds from ourselves. Every build has its trade-offs, and well, desecrated ground being a nuisance is definitely one for us. On the other hand, if that's the worst thing, then well, there's worse things for a build. Hello, goodbye. Oh. Again, standing in the wrong spot. Hey. But despite the latency, just spiking a little bit every once in a while. No, there's no impact on the frame rate, there's no impact on the feel of the gameplay, and that really does make it a lot less of a nuisance. So very happy that the devs chose to keep both latency models in the game. And now you can just go back to your character selection and switch if you are having issues with it. Because I think by default it has the automatic mode maybe. Then it will just have a look at your latency, and if the latency is below a certain threshold, it will go with lockstep, and otherwise it falls back to predictive. Let's see, Flame Dash, Skeletons is... We're getting a lot of our gems to level 19 now, which is nice. And again, we are level 82, we are running level 71, 72, 73 content, so it is getting about time. Maybe we should push our monsters there and then just not bother too much ourselves. Yeah, corrupting blood is always painful to do it. Hey, stop being a nuisance. Still 50 plus monsters remaining. I wonder if they fixed the AI of the boss. I seem to remember the boss of the Terrace being completely brain dead the last couple times I ran it with my lacerator. There really was just no... The boss didn't really even seem to do anything. It was just that weird. Of course, from bosses you would appreciate an interesting fight. Oh, it's easy if the boss is just a pushover, but it's fun to get a good fight. A challenging fight. Hello, goodbye. We'll just clear the area before we have a stern word with a vegan.
Set aside a nice cozy spot.
The carpet arena, that's even better. Then there's not gonna be any of the area modifiers, but in exchange we do get +1 on the area level. So tier 5, it's slightly more difficult than our warm-up was. Okay, vulnerability and murder. Let's just take our quartz flask here and murder the heck out of him. Bye bye. Vegan. He is one of the easiest masters to do dailies for. It's almost embarrassing. We know we don't have the way forward over here because this would wind back. Oh. There the latency shot up enough that it was actually noticeable. Yeah, definitely not entirely enthusiastic about this tonight. But if I'm gonna wait for perfect server conditions, then I don't think I'll be playing a lot of Path of Exile anymore. So I've just resigned myself to the fact that some lag is gonna happen. This build is relatively tanky in terms of health pool. It's I suppose it's relatively lag friendly because we have minions doing our damage rather than ourselves. So it should be more forgiving. And our minions should be killing stuff even if we ourselves desync. That's of course all assuming that the minion AI happens all on the server side to prevent exploitation and stuff like that. Because then in that case they're basically simulated the same as the monsters. And therefore server lag is gonna allow our minions to defend ourselves. Oh, bitch. Ah, it's also on the minimap. I spotted the swirly before I looked on the minimap. As always, just clearing out a bit of space around the breach. Let's see, refresher, desecrated ground and inhabited by the undead and larger pack size. There's not a lot of things that truly affect the breach, though. I'm not sure if pack size helps with breach spawns. Because they might as well just be individual spawns rather than pack spawns. But we shall see. Let's get our skeletons up. Like that. Let's channel some clouds into the air. And there we go. Splinter of tool. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on the other side of the wall, but it would be really nice if we could activate those in some kind of way. I'm with the damned, up again. Okay, we are completely controlling this. Outside of this, it's a bit of a twisty, windy area. And the enemies disappear again. Okay, desecrates up to 19, Arctic armor also up to 19. Then let's start collecting splinters. I think we got a fair bit of them. Though not as much as I would have liked. We'll just drop this one, pick up the gavel, great crown, slightly more efficient. Let's just hope that the boss is gonna drop lots and lots of maps instead of regular items. Seems to be that the way forward is gonna be over there rather than via the sides. So backtrack a little bit and clear out the other wall. Might also be that it's just pushing forward and we'll just see. Oh. So a combination of undead on the map and exploding corpses and my energy shield dropping always makes me think that they're applying raised death, even though it might also be just my spirit offering triggering in combination with some damage coming in. Okay, there we are. The neat way forward is just what I was expecting it to be. That's good. Extra projectiles, we can take you out. There you go. Oh, no more rare pickups, but that's okay. I don't want to vary up and down too much between the Zana map and the regular map. Okay, there is the boss arena, 14 mobs remaining. Okay. Let's do this. Salazang. Okay, so it actually appears to be doing something. Army of the Damned, let's unleash that. Quartz Flask, let's just eat that as well as a defensive measure. Devourers. Okay, and the boss died, so we no longer get any extra Devourers. I think there might be a strategy in here to just try to actually keep the boss alive as long as possible. And that way just milk it for Devourer spawns. There's only one mob remaining, so that's gonna be the lucky ducky for this inner map. But of course, we still have the outer map.
I was wrong to ever doubt.
So, Zana is happy we are back. Burning Ground and 2 Rogue Exiles. We already dealt with the Rogue Exiles. Burning Ground is still here. And with a bit of luck, we are going to encounter a bridge of sorts. Definitely appreciating the maps we're getting. So, the mapping pool that we got now, we got some tier 4 maps over here, some tier 5, some tier 3, 2, a bunch of tier 1s. And also got a couple of tier 6s and 3 full Atsiri wheels. At some point I really have to go back to standard, take my Lacerator and just run Atsiri another 1 or 2 times. get a good feel for the actual fight, and then see if we can also run a series with this build at some point. I think maybe the last week or two of the league, pushing ourselves against some of the content that I haven't been able to successfully complete before. Might be really nice to just see if we can throw ourselves against that as a do or die kind of a situation. Because now the last week or two of the map or of the league, it doesn't matter all that much, because the league's about to end anyway, and you might as well have some fun. Moonbender's Wing, +1 lightning warp, bunch of fist damage, some damage conversion to cold and lightning. Ah, that one. Oh, that's yet another identified unique for the achievement. You do have to identify 100 uniques to get yet another achievement point. So far I managed to get 16 of the achievements. Spent some time yesterday tidying some things up. There's the vendor recipes. Finally managed to get multiple rares so I could sell them for mirrored rares too, so I could sell them for an orb of alchemy, for example. Killing the rares, it's also just a matter of just seeking out the proper areas. Killing these unique monsters, that I still have to do actually. That's going to be another easy point to pick up. The uniques at some point, that's just a matter of playing through. Got Elwion to level 7 so I could get a maximum hideout. And yeah, the bottom ones are the ones that are going to take a bit longer, but here up top here, it's all good. There's also something about killing rare mobs, I think, but whatever. Let's push on. So getting that first MTX or something from the challenges. 12 points is really easy to get if you're just playing, and if you level as a single character through to the end game, you are gonna get 12 achievement points. I think that's the way it's set up. Going from 12 to 24 is what a challenge lies. So somewhere around 15, 16, you actually are going to have to put in some effort to get your challenge points. And going from 24 to even further is where you have to be really dedicated, and I think it only works if you have a build that is truly capable of running some of the endgame content. There's the endgame grinds, for example, is running the Uber Labyrinth 100 times. You know, that's I haven't even set foot in the Uber Labyrinth, let alone being able to do it 100 times. Nor do I think I would have the stamina for it. I really have a poor tolerance for grinding. Actually, it takes me to the next point. I've been talking a bit in the comments, and someone reminded me about Montracle's Grasp again. Because if you might recall, early in Cruel, I went looking for it, farmed the Fetid Pool. And I couldn't really find the divination card that you need 5 or 6 of to get Montracle's Grasp. So on Merciless I tried it again, but after half an hour of just running the Fetid Pool back to back, I just got completely bored with it. I really have a very low tolerance for grinding, which definitely doesn't help. Okay, so we're gonna get multiple boss spawns here. There's the Fallen Queen and the Fallen Prince, and a couple more. I think there's 3 in total. Hollow Lady. They deal pretty massive chaos damage, but I think that Broken Prince. Yeah, see? The fact that we have a massive army of undead overpowers them quite a bit. But these 3 bosses, they used to be the final bosses of the museum map. I believe it was a tier 5 map back in the day before the maps got around. and they were just merciless. I actually lost my Juggernaut to it, the very first Juggernaut that I managed to get into maps. And just completely got massacred, but they really have been balanced, so this is just a fun tier 3 worthy encounter rather than something that feels like it's 10 levels higher than normal. 16 monsters remain, so there's probably going to be some that we missed, but those are the lucky ones. So we managed to clear the Vaal pyramid. Then the marshes is the only one tier 3 map that is still left. I'll just do a little bit of an upgrade. Yeah, of course you got the vaults of the series, but unique maps don't count. So then next up is going to be tier 4. We still have the waste pool over here, villa over there, graveyard, and hollowed ground is a unique version of that. So I think we're making pretty decent progress if you consider the speed at which we're going. We still have about a month left, so that's at least 30 more episodes. So within a week or so I think we'll be going into yellow maps. As you might have noticed, for each tier I try to do about 2, 3, maybe 4 episodes, depends a bit on if we get interesting encounters or not, or if there's like this episode that I just have a lot of things to share about the state of the build, where we're going, ideas I have, and so forth. So we'll be slowly rolling into yellow maps, at which point of course I'll be taking it even easier. To get the achievements for the yellow maps, of course I have to run them as rares, and so far a lot of the maps I've been running as blues, just to play it safe. I've also been running some maps as rares, but that's after I've been doing them as blues. But I think out of all the tier 1 through 4 maps I've played so far, I've maybe done 3 or 4 different ones as rares, and everything else I haven't gone beyond blue. So once we get to the yellow maps, then the difficulty is gonna have to step up, and I'll be just probably spending a lot more time to slowly testing out the waters and then running the maps and so forth. So yeah, we might actually do more episodes per tier, just because there's going to be more work into running each map, and I'll be recording more videos. I'm also running a lot of videos now, but because every blue map basically unlocks something, I could be running 3 different maps before I find an interesting footage for a video. But of course, if I have to run every yellow map twice, once is blue, once is yellow, then of course it's there's a higher chance of getting interesting encounters that are worth uploading to YouTube. But I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.